Here we go, 3, 2, 1, yo, what's up guys and welcome. For any Ultimate Team coins, check out U7 by link in description down below. Use code Zayder at checkout to buy some coins or sell some coins, whatever you're feeling. Yo, what's up guys and welcome back to another video, and today we have some FIFA 22 wants to watches. Of course, transfer window deadline day was just maybe 2 days ago by the time you're watching this, but regardless, we're going to call this something like transfer window deadline day wants to watches, or just wants to watches in general, predictions, whatever. I made all these graphics myself, and if you guys do want to see these earlier next time, I post them always on my Instagram. As you guys see here, these are all my posts on Instagram. Go check it out. I also did a selfie every single day during the last week of the transfer window, the last 10 days, hoping we were going to sign Mbappe, but that never went through. We're going to do that again in January though, so make sure you follow me and keep up with it, as I'm posting more on my story so you guys can see more about me behind the scenes and more just me, my personality and stuff like that. Please drop a like on this video as well, guys, if you guys want to see some more predictions. I think we should be getting the database very soon. I heard in the next week or two. Hopefully by the end of this week we do have the database. We can start squad builders and then we can look at the top 100 players in the game based on rating. But let's go ahead and get straight into this one, man. Now I'm gonna do the ones that I did earlier, and then I'm gonna go with the most recent ones. So the earliest one I made, the first graphic I made was this one. I was so excited to make this one just because I felt like this card was such like a good player in the beginning of the game last year. He was so OP, very good, but he didn't really have that great of a season IRL. We have Hwang Hee-chan transferred from Leipzig to Wolverhampton Wanderers, or just Wolves. I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing the announcement of him being on loan at Wolves, but I guess he is now. He got announced. He had a little clap around the stadium, whatever. I don't think he's made his debut yet, but this is going to be a guy who you definitely want to put in your starter squads. If pace is OP this year, which it probably will be, him and Daka up top, send through balls to them, they will score you goals. Now I made this next one kind of early, but at the same time it kind of happened after the Mbappe saga was kind of like in its last legs. When it looked like the Mbappe signing wasn't going to go through, Real Madrid came out of nowhere 2-3 hours later, signed Camavinga in a matter of like 30 minutes. The deal was finalized. The deal was announced, I think, the day after. So we have ones to watch Camavinga, who I have upgraded from 76 to a 79 rated card. I would love this card in FIFA 22. I'm sure they're gonna have it. I'm excited for this one. Him and Alaba, wants to watch strong links, perfect link to Mendy, strong link or perfect link to Benzema as well if he's good in the game. This is going to be one to definitely watch. Now I like this next one as well. This one is one that happened on, I think, deadline day as well, got announced on deadline day. Patrick Vieira did really want this guy at the club, and I think him, after his season that he had for Celtic, he's going to get a very nice upgrade when he transfers to the Premier League especially, and he's going to be one of those guys that you definitely want to pick up because he has a lot of good traits, especially for Premier League forwards that are cheap. He's going to be that guy. We have Edward. He's French. He plays for Crystal Palace, strong link to Zaha, strong link to a bunch of French players, Sissoko from Watford, whatever you want to do. This card looks like it's going to get a very nice upgrade. If he does get a nice upgrade, how I said, he's going to be very good. He's going to be one of those guys that's like a little bit more expensive, probably like I could see him be like 5-6K, just because he has like physical, he has a shooting. He's basically a jack of all trades. He has a little bit of everything. He's 6'1", I believe, as well, something like that. So he's going to be like that guy that you go for after Hwang Hee-chan, after someone like Rodrigo, maybe after Daka. You definitely want to go for Edward. Now this next one kind of makes me laugh because he kind of has been thrown around like crazy as of late. He was a Real Betis last season, had a storyline card, went back to Barcelona, or got bought by Barcelona, and then Barca sold him 30 days after. It's funny because you look on his Instagram, I went on his Instagram, you see him playing for Betis, then you see him playing for Brazil, then Barcelona, and then you see him in a Spurs shirt, all within like probably like 20 pictures, which I just found really funny. But we have Emerson, who transferred, or Emerson Royale, who transferred from Barca to Tottenham for 30 million, which I think for Barca fans, you should be upset that you're selling a very good player. And not only that, but at the same time, you're getting 30 million. 30 million is going to help a club like Barcelona, especially in the state that they are in right now. It's going to help them a lot. Or Spurs did terminate the contract with Serge Aurier, so he's a free agent now, I believe. But this Emerson card is probably not going to be a starter. He's going to be one of like those mid-range right backs. Of course, he's not the fastest. He has like a little bit of physical to him, but he's well-rounded. He's not the fastest, how I said, so he's going to be like one of those guys that's under 10K, maybe around the 10K mark. He's going to be one of those guys that you upgrade to before you get to one of the big boys. I mean, if Lucas Moura is a right winger, you get a perfect link, so that'd be cool. When this deal was complete, I posted about him on my Instagram story. I was like, who knows who I'm talking about when I bring up this guy, because if you did watch my streams on Weekend League or just Champs or just RTG in general on this channel, this was my guy, man. We have Cucurella transferred to Brighton. He was 81 rated in FIFA 21. He's probably going to get a +1 upgrade in FIFA 22. Probably will be a left mid, and I just think this is going to be my guy once again. I think if 4-4-2, maybe 3-5-2, something like that is a good formation to play. he can play that position, and he's not really that guy that's going to be desired by a lot of people, because as a left mid, you usually want an attacking like player that can finish inside the box and all that stuff. He's just not that. Speaking of players that can't finish inside the box, we have another pace merchant here who is going to be hopefully cheap now that he's not a big of a club, but at the same time, he's still really fast, so he still might be a little bit overhyped or expensive. We have Daniel James, I almost said Reece James, Daniel James, who I think is going to stay as a 77 rated player, transfer to Leeds, might get a once to watch, probably will get a once to watch, and if he does get an upgrade, then he could actually be good. But for Leeds, apart from like Calvin Phillips, I'm not really too sure. Like maybe Patrick Bamford, if he's decent, we could have some decent strong links to him, not great strong links, and he could be a very cheap player in the start of the game. Now this next one kind of came out of nowhere, and it almost didn't go through because there were like many different pieces that had to go through for it to work, but paperwork was kind of late as well, and then Fabrizio said that a lot of stuff was kind of like not happening, that some stuff was happening, and it was on and off like 4 or 5 different times, but it finally went through. We have Saul transferring from Atletico Madrid to Chelsea. 84 rated is what I kept him at. He apparently didn't have the greatest of seasons. He didn't even go to the Euros with Spain, so he might get a downgrade to an 83 rated player, but I think as an 84, I think with a player that's his quality, I think he deserves to stay as an 84. And for Chelsea, man, he's a very versatile player. He can play center mid, he can play right mid, he can play a lot of different positions. I think he can even play fullback. This is a good signing for Chelsea. It's not an insane signing, but if he does get some minutes, does get some game time, he can get himself into the team. I think he could be a very valuable asset. Now, speaking of players that are valuable assets and aren't valuable assets, this one I don't understand, but I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. We have Luke de Jong transferring from Sevilla to Barcelona when he is the backup striker at Sevilla. Scored, I believe, 4 goals in 36 games, 1 or 2 of them being against Real Madrid, which I don't really understand this transfer at all. It's a season-long loan from Sevilla. Who knows, man? He could be like one of those guys like Braithwaite, where you're like, okay, why are we signing this guy? And he kind of just is decent. I don't know. But one thing I did see is that he's linking up with Depay again because they both played at PSV together. So there could be something there, and he's Dutch as well. Ronald Koeman. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it really doesn't when you look at the numbers. Now, one in my opinion that completely makes sense, and I'm so glad that he's actually going back here. I think he's overrated still, and I just don't really see. I knew he was going to flop at his time at Barcelona, basically. Called it. I just didn't think it was ever going to work out, and clearly after 80 million euros lost by Barcelona in a matter of 2 years, because it's an obligation to buy for 40 million, Griezmann has gone back to Atletico Madrid, which I think is a great move for him. He knows the system, he knows the players, he knows Diego Simeone, he knows the stadium, he knows everything basically there. That's where he was the star. Linking up with Suarez, linking up with Joao Felix, linking up with Correa, who was a great player. Now linking up with players like Llorente, DePaul, who they just signed, Carrasco. In my opinion, this makes Atletico Madrid the favorites to win La Liga once again. But that is going to be it for all the content today, guys. Those are my wants to watch predictions. I will be surprised if we don't get every single one of these. Maybe we don't get Daniel James. That's the only one I have doubts, but I would like to see all of these in the game. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know any other ones to watch predictions you guys have in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day. I'm out.